I'm a tech guy. I work in IT, love gadgets, stay up to date on all the new stuff. So when something creepy happened with tech, I noticed, and I knew exactly what I was looking at, which somehow made it worse. This all started back in late August, here in Bakersfield, California. My fiancée, Natalie, and I had just wrapped up dinner with some friends. Pizza, cheap beer, loud laughter. Felt like summer should. We left around 10:30, pulled out of the restaurant parking lot, chatting about dessert, when she said, "Hey, my phone just pinged something weird." I looked over. She was holding her iPhone up, frowning. "Unknown AirTag is moving with you. I've heard of that alert before. Usually harmless. Sometimes you're just near someone else's bag or keys." But Natalie's voice got tight. "It says it's been with us for a while." I asked how long. She showed me the screen. Since 8:42 p.m., 2 hours ago. Right around when we parked at the restaurant. I felt my stomach drop. We weren't near anyone that long. Not inside, not outside. The restaurant lot wasn't packed, and we sat in a booth tucked in the back. We pulled over into a gas station. Started checking the car. Under the wheel wells, glove box, trunk, bumper, nothing. But the alert kept showing, and the little map, it showed the AirTag moving with us. Street by street. Now here's where things got worse. While we're still checking the car, a white Dodge Durango pulls into the lot. No plates on the front or back. It didn't pull up to a pump, just idled. Its headlights on, pointed straight at us. Natalie noticed it first. That SUV's been behind us since the light on Union. I hadn't noticed, but she had. We both got that tight, cold feeling. Like you've been holding your breath without realizing. I told her to get in the car. We didn't go home, though. I drove random side streets, looped around empty intersections. And yeah, the Durango followed, every single turn. So I did what I always thought I would do in that kind of situation. I drove straight to the police station. And just like a damn movie, the second I turned into the lot, that SUV peeled off. No hesitation, gone. We sat in the car for a while, watching, trying to process. Finally, we went inside. Told the officer at the front everything. The AirTag, the SUV, how they'd been following us for nearly half an hour. They didn't brush it off. He nodded and told us, "You're the third couple this month." They had started noticing a pattern. Cars being tracked with AirTags. Victims followed home. Garage doors forced open, sometimes while people were still inside. One couple was literally robbed the second they walked through their front door. Another guy was dragged out of his car in his own driveway. I'll be honest. We didn't sleep that night. We barely talked either. The cops scanned our car and finally found the AirTag, taped behind the license plate with black electrical tape. Natalie threw up in the bathroom when they showed it to her. Turns out, those things don't just beep after a while like they're supposed to, not if the battery's been altered. And these guys, they knew what they were doing. 2 days later, they caught the guys. Well, 2 of them. They found stolen IDs, tablets, keys, and 5 more AirTags. They'd been staking out restaurants, parking lots, tagging high-end cars. They weren't after the car, they were after the people inside it. The cops told us they usually waited until folks went to bed. Then they'd strike. They were always masked and armed. And if someone resisted, well, they had a couple of open cases that hadn't ended clean. We were lucky. Natalie's phone saved us. I bought security cameras the next morning. Paranoid? Yeah. But I'd rather be paranoid than disappear into a headline. It's funny. We spend so much time online, worrying about identity theft, hacks, data leaks, but sometimes the scariest tracking device fits in the palm of your hand, and it's just a couple taps away from unlocking your front door. So if you ever get one of those AirTag alerts, don't ignore it. Pull over, check your car, trust your gut, and maybe don't go straight home, because you never know who's following or what they're really after. You're listening to Scary Stories Outpost. Stay aware, stay safe, and always check behind your license plate. It was a chilly fall night. I'd just gotten home from work around 8:30 p.m. Long day, stupid traffic, grocery bags digging into my fingers. You know the drill. I live in a condo building on the edge of town. It's a quiet, decent area. Most people keep to themselves, which I like. I remember walking up the steps, juggling my keys, when I saw a sheriff's cruiser parked outside the building. The lights off, just sitting there. I didn't think much of it at the time. Just figured they were checking something out. When I got up to my floor, the hallway felt weird. It was too quiet. No TV sounds, no neighbor's dog barking like usual. I unlocked my door, stepped inside, and the air just hit different. It was cooler than it should have been. I swear, I even paused by the door. Just stood there, holding the bags like my body knew something I didn't. Then I heard it. It was coming from my left, the bedroom window. I froze. I put the groceries down real slow, moved to the hallway, the windows covered by blackout curtains. But I could see the shadow of someone just standing there. Then the shape jerked and ran off. I ran to the window, pulled the curtain back. No one. Just a trail of crushed leaves on the walkway below. I called 911 right away. Told them someone tried to open my window. They said units were already nearby for a previous call, a few blocks down, an armed robbery at another condo in my building. That's when my stomach dropped. 10 minutes later, there's a knock. 2 officers. I let them in, explain what happened. While we're talking, another guy from the building comes running up. He's shaky, out of breath. Says he just got robbed at gunpoint in the stairwell. He says the guy wore a ski mask, black hoodie, had a silver pistol. Took his wallet and phone. The crazy part? He says he recognized the guy's shoes. Bright orange Nikes, hard to miss. That's when the female officer leans in and tells me, "You're the 3rd person to report something tonight. We think he's been going window to window, checking for open ones. But now he's getting bolder. I didn't sleep that night. I double-checked the locks, triple-checked the windows, even stacked a couple of chairs under the doorknob. I know that sounds stupid, but it made me feel better." The next day, everyone in the building's on edge. I heard people gossiping in the laundry room. The building group chat was blowing up. Apparently, someone spotted the guy again, lurking near the dumpsters around 6 a.m. And then, the real kicker, someone posts a blurry security cam screenshot. Not from outside, from the 3rd floor hallway, time-stamped at 8:22 p.m. That's 8 minutes before I got home. There he was, black hoodie, orange sneakers, walking down my hallway. That's when it hit me. He wasn't just trying to get in. He might have already been inside, maybe even watching me come home. Later that week, they arrested him. Turns out he wasn't even from Tacoma. He was from Quincy, more than 2 hours away. He had a record: breaking and entering, assault, robbery. He was supposedly staying with a cousin in the area. Guess he got bored. The cops said what probably scared him off was me turning on the lights when I came in. They think he slipped out the stairwell right after. You know what still creeps me out? I had my headphones in as I walked down the hallway that night. Didn't hear anything. I could have passed him on the stairs. He could have been behind me. Every sound after that felt suspicious. The hum of the fridge, the floor creak from upstairs. Even now, I still look at that window before I sleep. double-checked the lock, and yeah, I replaced the curtains with blinds. Ones I can actually see through without opening them all the way. I wonder, how long had he been watching? And what if he wasn't really after my window? You're listening to Scary Stories Outpost. If your window creaks tonight, might be the wind, might not. It was February 2023 in Asheville, North Carolina. My name's Lauren, and at the time, I thought I was just being paranoid. But looking back now, I wish I'd trusted that first chill that ran down my spine. My husband Evan and I had been together almost 8 years. He was the calm one, steady, measured, practical. He worked in IT security, so he was good with tech. I was a nurse, constantly on call. We balanced each other out, you know? At least, that's what I thought. The first message came on Valentine's Day. It was late. I was driving home from the hospital, half asleep, running on caffeine and bad vending machine snacks. My phone buzzed. Unknown number. You look tired tonight. That was it. There was no name, no emoji. I laughed it off. Figured it was a spam text, wrong number, something stupid. Until I got home. Evan was waiting up. Lights low, the movie paused. He looked at me and said, "Be careful driving home so late. You never know who's out there watching." He said it so casually, I didn't even connect it. At least not yet. Just thought he was concerned for my safety. The texts kept coming. Always from unknown numbers, different area codes each time. I'd receive messages like, "Blue looks good on you. Don't take the back road again. You're not alone in that car." I blocked one after another, but new ones would pop up every few days. I started sleeping with my phone on silent. Stopped going out after dark, even stopped running at the park. I told Evan about it. He got this serious look, like protective husband mode activated. He said, "We'll handle it. I'll install cameras. I'll make sure you're safe," and I believed him. Within a week, our house looked like a mini Fort Knox. New locks, security system, camera by the garage, by the front door, even one by the bedroom window. He said he was syncing it all through his work account so he could monitor alerts while I was gone. At the time, I thought it was sweet. Now it just feels sick. One night, the texts got worse. More personal. The tone changed. "He doesn't deserve you. You'll see soon enough. He can't protect you." That one made me drop my phone, because it meant whoever this was knew about Evan. I called the police that night. They filed a report, said they'd look into the numbers, but I could tell they didn't take it seriously. "Probably someone playing a prank," they said. Evan acted way too calm. He started working from home more, checking my phone constantly, asking if I'd gotten any new messages. He'd say things like, "Don't worry. They'll slip up eventually. I'll find them." But every time I mentioned going to the police again, he'd deflect. Say, "Let me handle it, babe. They'll just make it worse." Then one night, around 10 p.m., I came home and noticed something odd. The security camera by the garage light was blinking red. It never did that before. I opened the app on my phone, but it said, "Access restricted, managed by admin." I wasn't the admin. Evan was. When I asked him about it, he said the system just needed syncing. But his tone was off. I got a feeling he was lying. The next morning, I got another text. "He's lying to you. No number, just private sender." And this time, it included a photo. It was me, asleep in our bed. That was the moment my stomach dropped, because that photo was taken from the corner of the room, where Evan had installed the bedroom window camera. I confronted him. He looked stunned, just sighed and said, I'm trying to protect you. Don't you see? He hugged me after that. He then whispered, "No one's gonna hurt you." The way he said it made my skin crawl. I called my friend Sophia the next day. I told her I was terrified. She offered to let me stay at her place for a few nights. When I told Evan, he didn't argue. Just nodded and said, "Whatever you need to feel safe." That was Friday morning. By Saturday night, Sophia's apartment was broken into. Nothing was stolen. Just the living room light left on, and a sticky note on the fridge. "Come home." I did the dumbest thing possible. I went back. The house was dark when I got there. The cameras all off. The Wi-Fi unplugged. I remember whispering, "Evan?" No answer. I walked through the living room. The air felt thick and stale. Then I saw it. In the kitchen, a burner phone on the counter. The screen cracked. Texts open. Every single one of those messages. The ones from my stalker, they were there. All sent from that phone. All sent by Evan. I heard footsteps behind me. He was standing in the doorway, half in shadow, half in light. He didn't look surprised, didn't even try to lie. He just said, "I wanted you scared enough to need me again." Then he smiled. And that smile, that's what I see when I close my eyes. Evan's in prison now. Got caught the next day trying to dump his other phone at a gas station. Police found everything. Messages, fake accounts, his so-called proof of a stalker. They said he'd been planning it for months. Every text, every incident was his way of keeping me scared, trapped, until he decided fear wasn't enough. Sometimes, when I wake up at night, I think I hear my phone buzz. And my heart stops just for a second, because part of me still expects to see those words again. "You look tired tonight." Sometimes the monster in the dark isn't in the shadows at all. He's sitting right next to you. Thanks for listening to Scary Stories Outpost.